Anyways, I've got one more thing that we're maybe gonna try here before moving on to Vandal Hearts, although not exactly, because the thing that we're gonna try before moving on to Vandal Hearts is Vandal Hearts. So I've downloaded the Japanese Saturn version of Vandal Hearts, but I haven't tested it out, and I'm not sure it's gonna work. If it doesn't, we'll just move on and play the PS1 version. But while I've got my Saturn controller configured and everything, I thought we might as well try this out. I think we want the bin file? No, we want the Q. Says core remap loaded. This is going to be kind of meaningless because if you don't know the PS1 version of Vandal Hearts already, then the differences are not going to be evident to you. But it looks like it's working. Oh, apparently there's a new opening cinematic too, which I'm a bit curious to check out. Oh, you know what? I didn't line up a good background image for playing Vandal Hearts. I guess we'll just leave it for now. Oh, this brought to you by the Duck Corporation. Oh, God. So this is new. This was not in the original PS1 version. I don't know why they bothered putting in an extra 3D cinematic as a bonus, as an added feature to a console that can't really do 3D cinematics very well. This isn't anything from the game itself, by the way. Presumably that's the Vandal Sword, but that dude in the armor is just nothing. He's not in the game. This looks like this looks like some shitty like PS1 era Dark Souls right here. Just him with that pose and that armor. This also not a monster from the game or anything. This reminds me, what was the other PS1 game with the really shitty opening FMV? Beyond the Beyond. Beyond the Beyond had a really, really terrible, FMV as an intro, and then there's no FMV whatsoever in the rest of the game. You only get to see it if you leave it on the title screen for long enough. So yeah, as far as none of this has anything to do with Vandal Hearts, this dude, these enemies, none of them appear in the game at all. The musical theme here, though, is actually kind of an important track to the... We'll see it when it appears in the game, but there's a little musical ocarina theme that is kind of important to the story a little bit. And that's the background music here. This is worse than Kingsfield. This wasn't exactly or actually this was a pretty early PS1 game now that I think of it. Because yeah, Vandal Hearts would have been before Symphony of the Night and before Final Fantasy VII. Although I don't know what the release date was of this version of it. Oh god. They took away the title screen music. I thought that the Sega Saturn was supposed to be good at music. Where's my... Oh, the vocals on the title screen music in PS1 Vandal Hearts are so beautiful. Oh, they ruined it. I don't know what any of this is. I'm guessing new game. Oh, I believe this is Roldo or load. Oh yeah, this is Stato, this is Roldo, and this is options probably. Oh no, what have I done? Help me, guys. I don't know my katakana for shit. We'll do the first option. Oh no. What have I done? Okay, this is options. Okay, I'm guessing this is text speed. Fast, slow, etc. And this is what direction does your cursor go, maybe? Anyways, we're gonna Stato before I ruin this anymore. No, I know this game and the story and everything. Oh. Ooh. The English narrator is way better than this. I mean, it's a different style entirely, but still. I mean, I guess this guy sounds like he's like a professor reading from a history book or something, which I guess is the intended effect. Oh, these 3D cinematics, by the way, were in the original PS1 version. They were just a lot less grainy there. So we're not doing a full playthrough of the Saturn version here, just to be clear. This game has a good story that I kind of want to show off a little bit and experience with you guys. This is just to check out the Saturn version and see how it's different. So yeah, what they're telling here is basically the history of the rebellion, kind of setting the stage for the current political situation. Kind of in comparison to something like a Shining Force, which is more of like an epic fantasy story. This is more of like your traditional, like medieval political warfare, which is kind of typical for the genre. Most tactical RPGs have these types of stories. So this is telling the story of how Aris the Sage led the rebellion and overthrew, I think they overthrew the monarchs or something to establish a republic. So as opposed to something like Shining Force 3, where it's all warfare and warring kingdoms and stuff, this one's more about like internal political struggle. It's like you've got like I believe there's like a senate or a parliament in the kingdom in this game. Or actually, it's not even a kingdom. Like I said, it's a republic. There is no monarch anymore. Everything's ruled by the parliament. So this does eventually end up going there. Again, that's also kind of typical of stories in this genre, where it starts out where it's political intrigue and clashing factions and stuff, and then it ends up with an evil cult or whatever. In this case, it's an evil genocidal maniac who's kind of playing the whole situation to serve his ends and murder everyone. Yeah, so the music here is very different. Again, I don't think that's much of a spoiler because, like I said, almost every tactical RPG has this type of story. It's like I just spoiled the plot of Shining Force 3 for you guys with that description there. I spoiled the plot of Final Fantasy Tactics. And yeah, I spoiled the plot of this game too with that whole synopsis of where the plot goes. I think Fire Emblem is the same way. I haven't even played those games, but I think that all of these other tactical RPGs get that same basic plot structure from Fire Emblem. This graphical effect here is different, actually. This was like a shiny, sparkly gem in the first time. This ring of dithered bullshit is new to this version. I actually really like what they've done with the music in this version of the game. It's got, yeah, a lot more reverb to it. The brass just sounds better. And again, that was pretty typical of PS1 versus Saturn games. Saturn games would have the better audio because the Sega Saturn had a very good sound chip. Whereas I think the PS1 didn't have a sound chip at all. The prospect is gloomy. I think they changed the name. I think they changed the title of this chapter for the English version. But yeah, PS1 games would have better graphics, and Saturn games would have better music. These loading splash screens are new too. Yeah, the PS1 loading screens were just generic blank screen with a logo in the corner. Yeah, this music here sounds very different. Yeah, the brass is just a lot deeper, whereas a lot more tinny and high-pitched in the PS1 version. I wonder if there's a hack out there that gets you the Saturn music in the PS1 version. Or even just an English translation of the Saturn version would be great. Anyways, the main thing there we go, that's the good stuff. I think there's more blood. That's actually more blood than I remember there being from the death animations in this game. Like twice the amount of blood in a game that already had extremely bloody death animations. That's kind of the one thing that this game is actually probably most famous for, is the blood spurt with the death animation. It also had very good sound effects. Okay, we are outnumbered here. Honestly, I think I've seen everything I wanted to out of this version of the game already. Oh yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to play the game like this. I don't even... Is this seriously my command menu? So this has got to be move. Oh, what am I doing? No, I can't actually play the game like this. I think we're done here. Alright, I think that brought up the menu. There we go. Okay, we got him to move. Then... I don't know what that is. That's wait. Oh, this is his spell list, I think? Oh no, this is action, and then do we want to push, spell? Yeah, that's our spells. This... Oh, that's item. Okay, so that's action, attack, spell, item. We're gonna attack. Ooh, one shot. That's new. I don't think you can one-shot these guys. I wonder if they rebalanced the game or if we just got lucky there. I don't think you can one-shot those guys in the North American version or in the PS1 version. I want to do this like Battle of Westnoth, where like I want to get this guy out of the way so I can put Diego here so that he's hidden behind the tree from this guy. But then I want Diego here, but I want him to attack first. Whatever. He can take an arrow hit. It's fine. Or actually, we'll put him here. That'll keep him relatively safe. I don't know why I'm suddenly playing this game all of a sudden that I can't actually play in Japanese. Oh, I would have gotten a support bonus if I would have moved Clint first. But this is what I wanted to do the ranged attack first so that I don't have to suffer the counterattack. Anyways. I've noticed that, actually, yeah, when I play multiple games at the same time that are within the same genre, I get the rules confused in my head. Oh, I've got to manually end my turn here, too. Ram, that must be save. That's objectives. That's end turn. This enemy turn music here is just embedded in my head for life. When I'm playing strategy games, like tabletop strategy games against other people, whenever it's my turn, this is the music that plays in my head as I'm moving my guys across the table. Yeah, this is just the general theme song of moving dudes across a battlefield in my head forever. Ooh, I'm actually not in position to do anything here. I'll probably do a heal spell on Diego. Oh, I can move him here. I don't know why I thought that I couldn't. So this is actually a pretty easy first battle, but... Oh, that was a waste, because he hits harder than the other guys. The boss here, Zoot, is actually kind of dangerous. Or no, that's this guy here. He's actually kind of dangerous, and if you're not careful, he can actually kill your party leader. So I would like for that to not happen here, because apparently we're playing out this entire fucking fight, even though I said I wouldn't. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get Diego here. Actually, no. Like I said, we're not playing this game anyways. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave Ash open, and we're gonna game over, and then that'll be the end of showing off the Saturn version. No confirmation for ending turn. Brutal. I wonder if they made this version a little bit easier. That's way less damage than I remember these enemies dealing on this first map. Okay, it's just that Ash is super tanky. Because yeah, your other guys can get two-shotted, but Ash is pretty durable. Oof. Oh, I thought that was Zoot for some reason. Yeah, that was a waste. I was trying to get Ash killed here so that Zoot would get him with the counterattack. Actually, let's just end turn. Let's just see if we see what happens if we lose. Yeah, and sadly there's not really that much that's super interesting to show off here in terms of differences with the PS1 version. It is basically the same game, with a terrible opening FMV and some slightly different music. An increased blood spurt, I guess, and we got to show off all of that, so... Oh! I think there's extra blood on his portrait, too, when he dies there. Cool, so yeah, we got to show off all the major differences. I think there's some new maps at the end of the game as well, some optional endgame maps. But yeah, obviously we are not going to be playing far enough to see all of that. So I realize now this is going to be kind of miserable, but we've got to do it. I need to set up my PS3 controller here. Oh, also, I guess I've got to yeah, change all my dashboard information and stuff. There we go. We are vandalizing hearts in this PS1 Classic. Our currently played game is Vandal Hearts. So yeah, we can take this opportunity to get set up here. Oh, as far as Machinarium, that's like a point-and-click adventure game, right? Those are really not my style. In which case, yeah, I would agree with you, with every adventure game ever made being overrated, because they are all terrible. Or am I getting that confused with another one? It's the one with the little robots or something? Little steampunk point-and-click robots? I mean, okay, I have this bit of consolation then. If you're a point-and-click adventure, point-and-click adventure games are great. If you're a really big fan of stupid puzzles that make no sense, then yeah, great games for you if that's the kind of thing you're into. Actually, I don't have. Yeah, Vandal Hearts isn't on my recently played list, so we're gonna have to go over here. Oh wow, it didn't even get loaded in when I loaded all my PS1 content. We're gonna have to go and do it like this then. That's weird. Why are these showing up as subfolders? Or they're indented for some reason and I don't know why. Oh, this is the wrong emulator here. I don't want. Okay, so we got it on our recently. Oh, but yeah, PCSX rearm. So that's. I don't think that's the one that I want. Yeah, we want Beetle PSX for this. It didn't give me a chance to choose my core. You know, it'd probably be easier if I set up my controller before I do all this. Whatever. What if we do the CCD? There we go. Crashed. Oh, nope. We're good. I think the resolution on the PS1 is different from the Saturn, so yeah, I'm gonna have to scene transition here. Get rid of our Azure Dreams background. Bring up the generic My PC 98 room. Is that all looking all right? There we go. Yeah, you can see how the opening cinematic looks a lot better on PS1, even if it is a little bit slower and less action-packed. I love that. I love that so much. But I don't want to be playing this with a Sega Saturn gamepad. You know, I think that might be my favorite, one of my favorite bits of internet humor is people deliberately mishearing foreign song lyrics. What's the best one? Best one is probably Give Me Coffee for the Horse out of the Final Fantasy XIII final boss theme. Okay. Actually, I might as well, while I'm getting my controller set up here, we might as well idle on the title screen. I think you do get some demos here, like some gameplay demos of the tactical battles. So yeah, you guys can look at that while I fuck around with my controller cables and whatnot. Or is there no opening demo? Maybe I misremembered that. Oh yeah, sure enough. I did not misremember. This battle is not even in the game. Those are enemies fighting each other. That guy is not a party member in the game. These are enemies, yeah, fighting each other for some reason. This makes me want a Vandal Hearts, like, multiplayer battle mode now. That would be so cool. So yeah, this is one of the maps from the game, but the enemies are completely different. I don't even remember that spell. Really, there's only 2 useful spells by the time you get to the end of the game that you want to spam over and over again. Oof. GG, Kyra. Rip. What the hell's going on with Grog over there? Grog looks like he's having a bad day right now. Is that an emulator thing? I think this might actually be, an actual thing in the game itself. That is pretty interesting. This thing goes on forever. I thought it was just a brief little demo, but yeah. Oh, this is it. This is where we get the good spells. Oh, never mind. I think this is an emulator thing. I think we might have to do something about this. Well, anyways, before we do anything... Yeah, all of these guys, all of these enemies, there's like no sides or anything. They're all aggroed with each other. Oh yeah, Vandal Hearts multiplayer battle royale. That's the shit right there. Somebody needs to get on that. This is Beetle PSX. Anyways, before we get that sorted out, I probably want to sort out my controller. Oh wait, no, we don't want it from the quick menu. First, we need to get this sorted out. Oh, you know, this might all be correct. I don't know. I'll rebind it just in case. Or actually, default all. Yeah, default all works fine. There we go. And then we do that, and then I think we're all set up for PS1 games. That might be all that we need. Well, I don't know if this is an opening demo thing or what with the weird graphics, but we'll just start up the game. Oh, okay, none of my buttons on my controller are working. I'm just going to restart RetroArch because it probably did messed up stuff to the game, to the emulator when I unplugged my controller. Yeah, Beetle PSX. Okay, I'm not sure that we're ready yet. I might have to do some more messing around with the controller here. Yeah, the start button's still not working. So all of this looks correct. Yeah, that's right. Oh, you know what it is? It's because I saved my inputs for the Saturn pads, so everything here is probably wrong now. Let's just bind all, get it over with. Oh, it's not reading my controller at all. It's like as if this thing wasn't even plugged in. That sucks, because that means we have to wait through all of this, because there's no way to skip it. This is a problem. I might have to restart my computer, which would be a miserable time. Actually, we can just exit out of the emulator here, if that's the case. Okay, I'm going to test this out quickly in something that's not RetroArch. Because it did the whole, like, click whir setup thing. Like, I heard it recognized my controller being plugged in. I'm afraid that updating RetroArch would make it even worse. Okay, so I've got a Game Boy Advance emulator here, and it's reading my controller just fine. Let's try this again. Okay, yeah, I can navigate the menus with this thing now. Okay, that might have been all we needed, was to just use it in another thing to get it officially recognized. So as far as cranking up the internal resolution, you know, I've gone looking for, like, all of the fancy... It's still not recognizing my fucking controller. I can do it in the menus, but not the game itself, which means that this is not set up correctly. Which is weird, because it clearly is set up correctly. Yeah, all of this is right. It's just not, and I can use the gamepad to navigate the menus. It's just not recognizing it in game. Or unless I can't skip that. No, none of the buttons are doing anything. Fuck this. Oh well, we get to hear all of this music again, at least. That's something. We'll just let that play out because I don't want to interrupt it. Okay. This really sucks. This makes no sense. Everything here is correct. And it's letting me navigate the menus with the controller. So it's reading the controller. I just can't use it in the game for some reason. RetroArch is so fucking terrible when it comes to handling controllers. I can't believe that it does so well in so many other ways, and they fuck up like the one kind of fundamental thing to being able to... Oh, hey there, Legal Freedom. Almost didn't see you there. Yeah, this will be an awesome game. This is one of the kind of classics from my childhood. So whereas for some people I know, they kind of got interested in the whole tactical RPG thing from Shining Force, which was kind of the earlier game, one of the few tactical RPGs available in English at the time. For me, I didn't get into the whole genre until Vandal Hearts. This was my first big tactical RPG that got me hooked on the genre. So yeah, I was really anxious to share this with you guys, but fucking controller issues, thanks to RetroArch. I might have to restart my computer. You said updating RetroArch? Is there some way I can do that from within here? Oh, online updater. Core updater? Yeah, I don't really want to fuck with any of this because I don't understand any of it. I am going to try restarting this again. And if it doesn't work this time around, I'm going to restart my computer. Core updater? I'll give it a shot. Oh, it's down under Sony. Or what's PSX HW? Whatever. PSX has always worked fine for me, so we'll do that one. Okay, it's updated. We'll see if that helps us at all. Like, I know some of the older emulators I've used, you've had the option to do software or hardware emulation, which could dramatically affect the way visuals work in some things. Maybe that's what it is. Although you would expect there to be just like a toggle within Beetle PSX, the same as there was for like EPSXE back when I was using that. Oh yeah, can we skip this? Pretty sure the Konami logo is skippable, so yeah, my controller's just not working here. Okay, what if I unplug it and then plug it back in with the thing running? So, okay, clearly... Oh, it's user 2. That might go a long way towards explaining this. Configuration. No. Input. Okay, let's do user 1. Actually, oh, if I just set the device to user 2, that should work as a temporary fix. Yeah, we just set it to user 2, and yeah, sure enough, that actually fixes everything. So hey, it turned out that, yeah, just unplugging it and plugging it back in was the solution. Oh, right, this was back in the day when when the North American versions of Japanese games still liked the circle button. So the whole gaming industry seems to have sort of converged around the X button as the universal button to confirm things. X to confirm, circle to cancel has become the standard. Before that, the standard in Japan at least was circle to confirm, X to cancel. That changed somewhere along the way. And so the PS1 era was where you sort of saw American games would generally do, or American developed games would generally do X to confirm, circle cancel, and Japanese developed games would do it the other way around. It's a little bit quiet here. Then again, the music was going at a reasonable volume, so I think that's just the audio balancing in the game is like that. Okay, we're finally good to go. And I think that's actually a reasonable place to take a break to refresh my drink. So I'll be back in just a few minutes, and I can start blabbing to you guys in earnest about Vandal Hearts.